My name is Ginger Bell, and my business is Edu Marketing. We are a video production, podcast production, and book publication media agency. And I started the company in 2020 during the pandemic. Had a lot of clients in the industry that I'm in reaching out wanting to know how to do video. And so we started from there and we provide video scripts, video editing service, social media management. And so all a client has to do is record a video, send it to us. We edit it, we produce it, we post it on YouTube, and we post it on their social media. And that's the company I started. So the reason I decided to sell my business is I turned 62 this year, and I started Edu Marketing very much as a part-time business, and it had grown over the past several years, and I wanted it to continue to grow. And we were starting to get into other industries besides the industries we were in, which is real estate and finance and mortgages. And so I wanted to see it continue to grow. And I knew I didn't have the bandwidth to do that myself. Plus, at 62, I'm looking at, okay, in the next, several years, I want to retire. And so just made the hard decision that it was time to send Edge Marketing off to college. Just kind of like having a kid and sending them off to college and letting them grow. And so I made that decision. And that's when I was introduced to website closers. So the very first time that I contacted website closers, I was immediately impressed. Alex responded within a couple hours and had all the information immediately, application, what I needed to send over, and had a very quick evaluation of the company, and then was great at explaining the process. I was so impressed with the ease of not just getting everything together, but in terms of marketing the business, vetting out the potential buyers. And I love that part because they only introduced me to buyers who truly had been vetted out and were a good match. And that part of it was very impressive. The time involved that they put into marketing the business was amazing. And they have an amazing list. So they send it out. I had several calls with potential buyers that were a good match. And that was important to me. It wasn't just a matter of, I'm just ready to sell my business. I was ready to sell my business to the right person or organization and to make sure that it continues to grow and to do what I had in place when I started the company, what my vision was. So overall, Alex and the website closers, the entire team made it very simple for me to go through the decision and the execution of selling my business. So one of the most impressive things about website closers, in my opinion, was the quality of the buyers. From the very first ones, I mean, very impressive. Their background, what they were looking for, their organizations, their interest, qualifications as far as finance was very well vetted out. I didn't feel like I was having a conversation with someone who wasn't a qualified buyer. The questions were very good and thorough, and the follow up afterwards was very concise as well. So, selling a business takes time. And Alex was absolutely amazing. The time he committed to not just marketing and finding a buyer, but going through the due diligence and then going through the whole process of actually all the way through execution. My buyer was getting a SBA loan. And so it takes a while in order to go through that process. And we had some hiccups along the way, no fault of theirs. He was pre-qualified. The business was pre-qualified. That's the other thing Alex did too, is actually got my business pre-qualified for SBA. So SBA took a look at it, said yes, a potential buyer, as long as they're qualified, would definitely be a good match. And so there was a lot of paperwork on the buyer's end for the SBA loan. For me, it was very simple because they had everything, tax documents and everything. So just a few things to fill out. But Alex had weekly meetings with us and walked us through what to expect next because, it was the first time for me selling a business like this and the first time for my buyer. So he was just phenomenal meeting with us absolutely every single week. I found website closers honestly on a Google search because of the type of business I have. I did get emails and calls periodically from brokers wanting to see if I was interested in selling my business. And I've never talked to any of them. They just always seemed kind of shady. Website closers wasn't that. Website closers had testimonials, just like this testimonial. And that was one of the things that I really spent a lot of time is on their YouTube channel, listening to all of the testimonials. It was important to me because I was only going to do this once. It was important to me to find a reputable company who was all about helping, both the seller and the buyer, but would see it through the end. And so for me, that reputation was at the top of what I was looking for. And that, in my opinion, is the top of website closers and what they do and what they hold and seeing things through. And so even though I just found them on a Google search, I did a lot of research on them. And then once I did execute filling out an application and going through and had a conversation with Alex, which immediately I felt at ease with him. And so it made it very simple for me to make that decision that website closers was the right broker for me. If you are a business owner and you're at a point where you are wanting to sell your business, website closers specializes in e-commerce business. So that's the first thing. For looking at a broker, again, it's the reputation. Who have they helped in the past? Have they helped other businesses that are like yours? That was important to me, and website closers had definitely done that. And then the other thing is, what are they going to do for you? I was very impressed with website closers, and that was part of my decision to go with them is they don't just make an occasional phone call to, a couple people they know or send out an email to a list. They spend a lot of time promoting your business, going back through talking to their other brokers, letting them know what the business is like. And so I think the most important thing when you're making a decision to sell your business is to make sure you're working with someone you feel comfortable with and that has that reputation. My final piece of advice for would-be sellers, if you're at that point, is first of all, know that it can happen. Know that there are buyers out there who are looking for a business like yours, and that what you have built is valuable. And if you've built a system and it's something that is repeatable and you're making income from, and you're at that point that you're ready to pass it on, then finding that right buyer is very important. And so just know in your mind, in your heart, that if the timing's right for you, then it can happen and a buyer is out there for you, for your business.